Hey guys, what's up? It's Henry Appleseed, and today I'll be doing my personal review on the PowerMac G5. Now, my PowerMac G5 is a 2.3 gigahertz dual-core processor, and it has 4.5 gigabytes of RAM. I'll pull up the specs on it for you guys to see. By the way, this is running 10.5 Leopard. The newest version of Mac OS X you can run, sadly, because it cuts you off right at the good spot where you get to Snow Leopard, which is a pretty modern one, but that's fine, I guess, if you're okay with not having good updates. But as you can see right there, dual 2.3 gigahertz PowerPc G5 processor with 4.5 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. And so that's it, and overall I do like it. The only problem I do have with it is, once again, updates. But as well as updates, I'd like to say that the Wi-Fi antenna on this, sucks. I mean, there's no way of putting it lightly. It really does stink. And so I actually got my Wi-Fi Express card from this Airport Extreme Wi-Fi router that I picked up from my local used technology store for 15 bucks, and you can easily get them just with the Wi-Fi router, or just with the Wi-Fi card, or this, which I would recommend even more because it has a Wi-Fi antenna in it as well as a Wi-Fi card. And that will be compatible with your G5 PowerMac. Okay, so now that you've seen the specs and know a little bit of the background about this machine, we're going to do a quick boot up test. So I'm just going to click the native power button on the machine, which is located in the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now this machine is hooked up to a external stereo, so obviously the sound is a lot crisper and a lot cleaner than you'll hear inside the internal computer. So I would definitely recommend getting desktop speakers if you don't have them already. And there we go, it's popped up on the screen. So we see the loading bar, and this will take about 2 seconds. Then I'll go into the blue screen, and followed shortly by desktop. And so there you go. You see it has really nice boot up speeds. Rebooting is a bit slower, but boot speeds are pretty good. And so now that I'm hooked to Wi-Fi, as I said, isn't the best. I'm actually getting 3 bars of Wi-Fi right now out of 4, which is really good. And if you don't have more than 3, then you won't be able to load YouTube videos, let's just say. So, how I got mine was I took it from my Airport Extreme, which I picked up at my local used technology place for 15 bucks. This was manufactured and produced in 2003, and it's still very good for a Wi-Fi router. Now, there's a Wi-Fi card inside of this. You just have to take out a couple of screws, and it can be put into your PowerMac G5. The only catch is, if you're going to actually plug it in, it's located right above your RAM slots. So right up here. And that will be, it's easy to install, but you have a little antenna to plug in, and that antenna, is crap. It doesn't work at all. I couldn't even connect to my Wi-Fi because I'm all the way on the other side of my house. So I actually took out the Wi-Fi antenna from this module and installed it. Now, I don't know if you guys aren't techies, well, not that saying I'm a techie, but if you guys don't feel comfortable getting into your computer, then I wouldn't recommend doing this, and just get a Wi-Fi antenna to plug into the back. But since I don't want to go the extra mile and pay for that, because I spent all my money on this machine, I plugged it in and I just ran the Wi-Fi router up here. And now I have 2 bars of Wi-Fi. And it ranges 3 to 2 bars, which 2 bars is really, really slow, and 3 bars is good. And so yeah, that was just my little MacGyver thing. And so be careful of the Wi-Fi router. And so another thing I'd like to mention is this computer has SATA hard drives. SATA hard drives is the most modern kind of hard drive right now. And this was built, well, this was first introduced in 2003. And I'd like to point out, 2003, people still had IDE hard drives. And those were slow. And so you will be getting good speeds from these hard drives, as well as good speeds from the G5 processors, as long as you're willing to not upgrade. And that really hasn't hurt me until I ran into iTunes, because my iPod, my 5th generation iPod, not this one, but my brand new iPod Touch, it can't update to the newest version of iTunes, iTunes 11.0, and so that really hurts because I can't connect my iPod to iTunes anymore. And so iTunes still is an okay version. It's the version behind the version right now. And it is really good. I don't really care. I have another computer to back mine up to. And so that's it. Yeah, basic things. And also, I'd like to talk about price. So if you're thinking about buying something like this, I bought mine for $170, and then I bought the Wi-Fi router for $15, so that adds up to $185. And I got mine from Craigslist, so I've seen them on eBay, and I would not recommend anything under 2 gigahertz for modern stuff, you know, like watching YouTube like you are probably right now, or doing any of that, because you'll notice the lag. But right now, I am good. And if you're hooked to a landline, if you're actually hooked right up to the modem, it does load really snappy. And I don't have a problem. And so, you do see 10.5 on here. Pretty good. It isn't the fastest that will run on this computer. If you want a fast operating system, then I would recommend downgrading, or unless you buy it with 10.4 Tiger, because 10.4 is faster on PowerPc processors, and so that will save you a bit if you really want fast loading. But I do really like the interface, graphic interface of this, and I probably won't be downgrading. Now, I'd like to say also, I got Final Cut Pro on this with the $180 I spent, and I'd just like to say Final Cut Pro is $700 for a license. So I am very pleased. Sadly, I don't really know how to use it yet. I'm going to start learning about it shortly, but right now I do have that. So just keep that in mind, that was a great deal, because that is worth $700. But I mean, $180, anything under $200 is a good price for 2.3 gigahertz. For 2.0, I would recommend somewhere from 130 to 150, depending on what software or if it has a Wi-Fi router or not. But other than that, I'm very pleased with my machine, and it fares me very well. And so, quit. And that's been my video. Make sure to like it if you liked it. And if you want to see more videos like this, or modern videos about jailbreaking, make sure to click down below and hit subscribe. That'll help me a lot. And so, I'll see you guys next time.